afternoon. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Texas at Dallas. I am Marian Underwood, and as Graduate Dean, it is my honor to welcome all of you, the doctoral candidates, faculty mentors, families, and friends, to this special doctoral hooding ceremony. Doctoral candidates, you have achieved a major milestone. Today you move from being our students to our colleagues. This is a tremendous accomplishment, and I congratulate you on it. You achieved this milestone not only because of your intellectual talent, but because in the face of all of life's obstacles, you stayed determined and completed an important piece of original research. You showed faith in yourselves and in the importance of your ideas. You exercised self-discipline, made personal sacrifices, and your degree is a true recognition of this perseverance. It has been a privilege to be part of your academic journey to date, and I wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Dr. Benson is unable to be here today, so has prepared a special video greeting for all of us. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce you to the President of the University of Texas at Dallas, Dr. Richard Benson, via video.
Greetings, comments, and congratulations on your graduation from UT Dallas. I'm sorry that I can't be with you in person today to celebrate your achievement. I have another solemn duty today, to pay respects to UT Dallas's greatest champion, Mrs. Margaret McDermott. As you know, the McDermott name is everywhere at our university, and I need look no further than my own business card to see the McDermott name in the Distinguished University Chair of Leadership that I am privileged to hold. Mrs. McDermott so loved our young university. She wanted the best and the brightest to come here, and they did. You did. Mrs. McDermott supported academic excellence in our students and faculty. Everyone who walks on our campus can see the fruits of her vision to make this a beautiful place to study and work. At the conclusion of this ceremony, as you step out into the mall with its beautiful pools and magnolia trees, think of Margaret McDermott and give a quiet word of thanks. At Mrs. McDermott's memorial service, I will also give a reciprocal word of thanks. I will give thanks for the wonderful students who could have taken their education almost anywhere but chose UT Dallas. So thank you for becoming a comment. Congratulations on your excellent work here, and best wishes on all that comes after in your life.
Good afternoon. My name is Inga Musselman. I am the Provost of the University of Texas at Dallas. And I would like to welcome family, friends, and the University of Texas at Dallas students, staff, and faculty. And good afternoon, graduates. The entire University of Texas at Dallas community celebrates your accomplishments and applauds your talent, perseverance, and bravery. Yours is an extraordinary milestone, earning the title Doctor, the ultimate degree offered by the university. All of you have demonstrated exceptional mastery of an academic field. Through your scholarship, research, and creative endeavors, you have made original contributions in studies as diverse as arts and humanities, natural sciences and mathematics, economic, political, and policy sciences, management, arts, technology, and emerging communication, behavioral and brain sciences, and engineering and computer science. On behalf of our faculty that have guided you through your graduate program, I can say that there are few greater academic joys than to mentor promising scholars. We appreciate the sacrifices you have made and thank your friends, family, and mentors who have supported you along the way. Your academic studies took you from being one of our students to becoming one of our colleagues, and today, you officially complete that journey from student to respected doctor. Two dominant characteristics inherent in doctoral research are risk and uncertainty. It requires a certain fearlessness to present oneself as a doctoral candidate, a profound belief that I can do this. Throughout your studies, you have learned how to plan and execute experiments, as well as how to critically analyze data and primary sources. As you move forward in your career and in life, I encourage you to be humble, yet self-confident of your own proven bravado. I challenge you to cultivate a habitual curiosity about all subjects, not just the ones in which you have achieved mastery or for which you are paid. Keep learning, broaden out, and let us remember you as the UT Dallas doctor whose curiosity was never tempered by risk and uncertainty. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce some of my colleagues in the stage party. First, our deans. When I call your name, would you please stand? Dr. Dennis Kratz, Dean of Arts and Humanities. Dr. Ann Balsamo, Dean of Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication. Dr. James Bartlett, Dean of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Dr. Dennis Dean, Dean of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences. Dr. Porus Balsara, Dean of Engineering and Computer Science. Dr. George Fair, Dean of Interdisciplinary Studies. Dr. Hassan Prakul, Dean of Management. Dr. Bruce Novak, Dean of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. And members of our Graduate Council, Dr. John Gooch, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, School of Arts and Humanities. Dr. Kim Knight, Associate Dean of Graduate Programs, School of Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication. Dr. Robert Stillman, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Dr. Alex Picaro, Associate Dean of Graduate Programs, School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences. Dr. Reza Mohammadi, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science. Dr. George Fair, Dean of Interdisciplinary Studies. Dr. Varghese Jacob, Vice Dean, Naveen Jindal School of Management. Dr. Juan Gonzalez, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. And I would also like to introduce Dr. Ravi Prakash, Vice Speaker of the Faculty Senate and Speaker-elect, as well as Dr. Teresa Towner, Professor of Arts and Humanities, and our orator this afternoon. And now, welcome back, Dean Underwood.
Thank you, Provost Musselman. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Porus Balsara, Dean of the Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science, and also last year's winner of the Provost Award for Excellence in Graduate Mentoring. Dean Balsara will introduce our featured speaker for today. Dean Balsara.
Good afternoon and congratulations, doctors. It is my honor to introduce our guest speaker today, Dr. Bill Krenick. I have known Bill since early 90s when I was requested by his doctoral advisor to serve as a co-advisor on his dissertation committee. I just joined UT Dallas as a faculty member, but in terms of experience in the field, Bill was more senior. Over the course of time, I don't know if Bill realized or not, but I was learning a lot from him about practical aspects of integrated circuits. Bill earned his PhD in electrical engineering from UT Dallas in 1993, and since then, he has been a continuous and ardent supporter not only of circuits and systems research, but also of the Johnson School and UT Dallas in general. Over the years, I have had numerous interactions with him, and each of these experiences have been very beneficial and pleasant for me. I consider him to be a visionary whose recent initiatives and efforts have been instrumental in the creation and continuous growth of power and energy-related research at UT Dallas. Despite his professional life, he has been dedicated to empowering students and faculty at UT Dallas, for which he was recognized with the well-deserved award of the Outstanding Alumnus. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates, please join me in welcoming Dr. Krenick to the podium, please.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Balsara. That was really an amazing introduction. I don't think I can quite live up to that, but I'll do my best. Dr. Benson spoke briefly about Mrs. Margaret McDermott, and I would like to also just say a few words about her. I'm sure everyone has heard, she passed away late last week, and such an amazing individual, did so many things for the university, for the community, and she touched our family in a very special way. I have two sons, Thomas and Matthew, and both of them managed to be McDermott Scholars. And so we had the opportunity to get to know Mrs. McDermott and to talk to her on some occasions. And the only thing I can tell you about her is that all of the praise that you've heard for her, all of the kind things that people have said, there is no one I've ever met who is more deserving of that level of praise. She truly set an example of service and caring and kindness and generosity that I think will benefit this university for literally centuries to come. Now, I think Mrs. McDermott would have enjoyed this ceremony. I think the fact that we have such a fine graduating class, it's really an amazing thing. And I think Mrs. McDermott was very much about achievement and striving and trying to do great things. She wanted to enable that. I think sometimes, especially if you're not close to it, you forget that to earn a doctorate, you actually have to make a contribution to your field. It's not enough just to sort of study and take exams. You've got to actually push the pin forward and push the boundary of a field of research for mankind. This is very important, of course. Graduate research at universities is one of the key ways that we advance the state of the art of our society, and I think we all benefit from that. So we can be well assured that our honorees here today have all had sleepless nights. They've all had experimental results that didn't agree, that they had to somehow rectify. They've probably all gone down a few blind alleys and had to back up and start over again. And I think that perseverance is something to be commended. And again, I think that the contributions that you've made, although sometimes these are not very evident to us in society, they benefit us all. And I believe that I'll personally benefit from the work that you've done. And for that, I would like to say thank you. Most sincerely, thank you for the work and the contributions you've made. That is just phenomenal. Now, I thought I might just talk a little bit about myself for a few minutes. I hope it's not too boring, but it's the story that I know best, and hopefully there's a tidbit or two in there that might benefit at least a couple of you. I actually grew up in Minnesota on a small farm, and this was a small dairy farm that my grandfather had started and my dad inherited from him. And you might think of it as sort of the quintessential family farm in America. And as a member of the farm family, I was out there working with my dad and my brothers and sisters pretty much on a daily basis. And you may not think that's something that would lead you to science or engineering, but in fact, the kind of farm we had, we were constantly repairing things and re-engineering things and fixing things. And so it was very much a very rich experience from the point of view of building things and engineering new things. And so I think one day I was probably out there, shoveling manure or something, and I realized that I didn't want to be a farmer, that maybe, engineering might be a lot more fun. So I went to University of Minnesota, and I graduated in 1984 with a bachelor's degree, and I came to Texas to work for Texas Instruments. Now, at the time, I really didn't have anyone to mentor me. Remember, I was a farm kid, right? And so I kind of picked the company that kind of felt good at graduation. And I didn't realize at the time what a very good decision I had made. But when I got to Dallas, I learned some things about Texas Instruments. One thing that I learned is that they care very much about the community that they're in. The ground we're on right now was donated to this university by the founders of Texas Instruments. The major original buildings were donated by Texas Instruments. You might say that the TI founders were doing STEM when STEM wasn't cool. They were out there way ahead, decades ahead of other things that were to come. And the fact that they cared a lot about education and the community and community service and charity has always meant a lot to me. The other thing I learned about TI that was interesting is they conduct themselves in a very ethical way. It's a very pragmatic and ethical business. They try to deliver value, and they try to gain value in return for what they deliver. And I think that's a very good and correct and proper way to do business. And again, a source of pride for those of us that are employees of the company. Now, the third thing that I learned at TI, the big thing, was semiconductors were still in their infancy. I had really maybe chosen my field well. I remember when I came to TI in 1984, and those of you that are a little bit familiar with it, we print semiconductors. We actually build them with a photolithographic process. And the minimum feature size that we print is actually a measure of the sophistication level of the semiconductor. Back in the mid-'80s, the smallest features we were printing were around 3 microns. Today, that number is 3 nanometers. So, in the course of a 34-year career, we've improved by a factor of 1,000. And in fact, these are 2-dimensional structures, and so we can pack 1,000,000 times more circuitry into the same space today as we could back in the mid-'80s. It really, if you think about what that means in terms of what had to happen, all of our systems had to change. The company had to reinvent itself multiple times. If you were a technologist at Texas Instruments over the last 35 years, you invariably had a very exciting and interesting career. Me coming into that in the mid-'80s, I said, wow, I've got a lot to learn. There is just so much here to know. And so I decided I better do something about that. The little bachelor's degree I had wasn't going to get me through this. I certainly wasn't going to contribute at the level I wanted to. And unfortunately, UT Dallas was not yet in the business of awarding engineering degrees. So I went down to SMU and had a really excellent experience there. Fine engineering school, SMU, excellent professors. I learned a tremendous amount. And then as I wrapped that up, I thought, I want to go further. And so I came here to UT Dallas and started work on a PhD. And Dr. Balsara reminded me that he was on my committee. I thank you again for your service to me. I guess now we could say that we're both old-timers. I think Dr. Balsara has aged a little better than I have. He looks pretty good. But that was another just phenomenal experience. I mean, to really do research and to move things forward, what a rewarding and an amazing place this was back in the early 90s when I was going to school here. Now, shortly before I earned my PhD in '93, I moved to the business management side of TI. I had the opportunity to manage a few businesses, and I did that with some reticence because I'd worked so hard to be a senior technologist. But in fact, it was a very, very good move. I learned so much about business and strategy. I learned, where is Dr. Perkel? I learned that there is a reason for a business school. What an incredible eye-opener to be a technologist moving to the business side of a company. That was just, again, an incredible experience, and I think if you have the opportunity, be open to new things in the course of your career. I did eventually move back to the engineering side of the world at TI. I became chief technologist of our wireless business, and I'd like to relate just a story we had there. This was 10 years before the iPhone, so if you had a cell phone back in those days, it was a voice-only phone. I remember when I moved into that business, I got my first cell phone. And so, one of these clunky old voice things that you had to open up. And, but we all knew at that time, we all knew that voice and data were coming. And so, we looked at these things and it's like, oh my God, the early attempts at voice and data were just so big and clumsy and clunky. And when we looked at what it took to build a voice modem, a wireless voice modem, you're going to add, GPS and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all these other things to it, there was simply no way that was going to work, that was going to fit and be something that people would be able to afford and to want to have. I remember there were jokes that you'd have this sleek device in your hand and then a suitcase full of batteries to power the whole thing, right? And so we worked on that, and we built just an amazing team. I remember we had a senior engineer from Germany from our facility over in Freising, who is just an excellent radio frequency systems engineer. We had a fellow from Poland who actually was working on his PhD at the time with Dr. Balsara. And Dr. Balsara actually helped us with some of that research and contributed to it. I think it's one of the key ways over the years that at least I've personally been involved where research from UT Dallas actually had a direct commercial impact on Texas Instruments. We had a brilliant signal processing fellow from Pakistan. We had some of the best analog circuit designers I've ever met from India. We had a team of radio frequency guys from China and a fellow from Japan. We had some guys from Israel. And of course, here I'm the farm boy from Minnesota, right? So I was part of that diversity as well. But we had a fantastic experience. We gave talks all over the world. We filed well over 100 patents. We got our technology to production. We shipped over 1 billion of those products into the market space. We didn't ultimately end up in the iPhone, but we did, I think, in many ways enable the iPhone because our research forced the industry to move forward as a whole. And so I really learned that the creativity that stems from a very diverse, very multi-faceted, multifunctional, and multi-backgrounded team is just incredibly powerful and just makes a tremendous difference. I think just to sort of sum up, what I would recommend to you today, now you've got a PhD, so you're coming into the industry much better equipped than I ever was. But what I would say is take the time and do what it takes to really lay a strong foundation. Build yourself that very, very strong, if it's technical or business management or arts, whatever you're into, make that basis very strong so that you can have that as an asset through the course of your career. When new opportunity befalls you, I would say take advantage of that. I moved into the business side of Texas Instruments, and I learned things that I never knew were out there to go and learn. Remember diversity. Now, UT Dallas is actually recognized as one of the most diverse universities on the planet today. And when we look at our honorees today, we see a tremendous amount of diversity. That is a strength. And if you're in a position where you're building a team, where you need to pull people together to get a hard job done, remember, you need a lot of diversity at the base of that, a lot of creativity and different perspectives and thought to be able to pull that together and solve some of the world's hard problems. And then finally, what I said about Texas Instruments early on, I've always been honored to be a part of the Texas Instruments community. And most of you will align your careers to one or several institutions in the course of your careers. Try to make sure that those are institutions that you can truly be proud of, that you can tell your friends and your family. You can come to an event like this and give a graduation talk and say, that really is an excellent organization. Now, just a few things in wrapping up. My wife is here somewhere, Amorn. I don't see her right now, but I know she's here. My wife and I have been married for 30 years. If I could offer you any hope for your careers and your futures, it would be that you can find someone who's very special to you and shares the journey with you. That will certainly make a great difference. Again, 30 years together, and I hope we have another 50 years together. Also, something happened to me that was very interesting. Just about 6-7 weeks ago, I was at the UT Dallas Awards Gala, and I had the honor to meet Dr. Aziz Sanjar. And I hope everyone in the room knows who Dr. Aziz Sanjar is, the first UT Dallas graduate to earn a Nobel Prize. And quite a fine fellow. I mean, clearly, yeah. We've known for a long time that this is a great place. When I was a student here, it was a great place. It was a great place before I got here. It's a great place now. But I think for all the hard work that's gone on for all these years, we always looked up through these, let's call them glass ceilings, and wondered why other institutions were sort of getting all the credit when we seem to be working so hard and doing such amazing things. And I think with Dr. Aziz Sanjar's Nobel Prize, that last glass ceiling has now been shattered and broken away. We have Nobel laureates from UT Dallas. We have members of professional societies at high levels, fellows, members of the Academy of Sciences and the Academy of Engineering, CEOs of corporations, people that have just done amazing things in business, in art, and technology. And so I think we all now can strive to to move to those very, very high levels. It is within our reach. In wrapping up, I would like to offer my thanks to the faculty and to the administration of the university for creating this amazing place. It has benefited me tremendously in my career. I hope that 34 years from now, you'll also be able to say that it's benefited you in a very tremendous way. I'd like to thank the friends and family in the audience. Again, our honorees today have made some incredible contributions to their fields. I think that would have been extremely difficult or impossible without the support and encouragement from all of you. Thank you for that. And again, I would like to thank our honorees. Thank you for the contributions you've made. My most sincere best wishes to you. I hope that your careers bring all that you may be hoping for. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Krenick, for that excellent presentation. It's great to hear from one of our most successful alumni and learn a little more about you, from the Minnesota farm to your great career at TI. Thanks again for speaking. Our primary goal today is to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating doctoral students. But before we hood them, it is important to acknowledge the vital role of the faculty mentors who guide each student's work. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of the supervising faculty mentors of today's graduates for your dedication and for inspiring and guiding these students as they pursue their creative pioneering projects. For only the second time, it is my pleasure to present a new award, the Provost Award for Excellence in Graduate Research Mentoring. I established this award last year as special recognition of sustained excellence in graduate research mentoring. I would like to thank Dean Marion Underwood and the Office of Graduate Studies for administering the application process and for a strong faculty committee who faced the difficult task of selecting among extremely strong nominees. Before we recognize this year's recipient of the Provost Award for Excellence in Graduate Research Mentoring, I would like to acknowledge with an honorable mention Dr. Clay Reynolds as the runner-up for this year's award. Dr. Reynolds, who has served on the faculty of the School of Arts and Humanities since 1998, has directed numerous dissertations focusing on American literature and creative writing. In the fall of 2017, for example, he directed 4 doctoral dissertations to completion, which represents a record for the School of Arts and Humanities and ties the university record for any single professor in a given semester. Dr. Kristen Nikki Riley, one of his recent doctoral graduates, perhaps best summarizes Dr. Reynolds' passion for graduate mentoring when she says, "The greatest gift Dr. Reynolds bestows upon his students is his genuine excitement about their work. I know that I would not have been successful without the steady guidance of Clay Reynolds, and for that, thank you, seems grossly inadequate." Would you please join me in recognizing Dr. Clay Reynolds as honorable mention for this year's award? Clay, would you please stand? And Dr. Radhakrishnan, would you please come forward? This year, the Provost Award for Faculty Excellence in Graduate Research Mentoring is given to Dr. Suresh Radhakrishnan. Dr. Radhakrishnan joined the UT Dallas faculty in 1999 and is the Constantine Constance Distinguished Professor of Accounting and Corporate Governance and the Research Director of the Institute of Corporate Governance in the Naveen Jindal School of Management. As noted by Dr. Natarajan in his nomination letter, Dr. Radhakrishnan has chaired 14 dissertations, co-chaired another 8, and served on the dissertation committee of another 16 students during his tenure at UT Dallas. In terms of the number of dissertations chaired or co-chaired, Suresh has been involved in the dissertations of as much as half of the PhD students who have graduated from our doctoral program, that is accounting, since its inception. Almost all of Suresh's early advisees have gone on to have productive research and teaching careers and are tenured faculty members in their own right. 2 of them are already full professors, and 7 are tenured associate professors. More recent graduates have also been performing well, and Suresh makes it a point to follow up with them on a regular basis about their professional development. Our PhD program has increasingly gained more visibility over time, largely due to the sustained mentoring and program building efforts of Suresh over the past 15 years. Thanks to Suresh's vision and execution, our PhD program and its graduates have tremendously gained in stature. Dr. Radhakrishnan's basic principle for mentoring graduate students is that he fosters their creative thought. He starts this process by asking students to read the business press and regulators' speeches and to identify any aspect that bothers them. He then asks the students to design a study that can rigorously disprove the claim. Dr. Radhakrishnan's students openly express their heartfelt gratitude for his mentoring. For example, Albert Sang, associate professor at the Schulich School of Business at York University, wrote, "Mentoring is the heart of the PhD education, and with this heart, Suresh shows us more than what we can learn from any books, papers, or lectures. He not only taught us how to do research, but he also demonstrated the way by which one can earn respect from the academic profession. His spirit towards academic development and his positive influence on me has been carried forward to my PhD students as well." Another, Paul Mason, assistant professor of accounting and business law at Baylor University, stated, "Suresh provided a perfect balance between offering direction and suggestions while allowing for independence during the completion of my degree. I think this balance sets Suresh apart from others in that it allows for creative, self-sufficient scholarship to be done, yet also shows his expertise to offer recommendations that truly enhance the student's project. A true mentoring relationship exists when the mentor contributes to the scholarship and professional development of the mentee, even if it doesn't benefit them directly. This is exactly how Suresh approaches his role as a mentor." Dr. Radhakrishnan, it is my pleasure to present you with this award in recognition and appreciation of your sustained excellence in graduate research mentoring.
Dr. Towner, our orator for today's ceremony, will ask the graduate council representative from each school to come forward and introduce their doctoral candidates and Hooding professors after a few words about the history of regalia. Dr. Towner.
Before we begin the Hooding ceremony itself, I'd like to tell you something about the regalia you're going to wear for the rest of your academic career. Doctoral robes have 3 velvet stripes on each sleeve and often feature the colors of the universities in which they were earned. The hood you will receive today has its origins in medieval Europe when it was adopted by use by monks, clergy, and university students, all of whom used it not only as a covering for the head and shoulders, but to hold alms and money, which they all desperately needed. By the 15th century, it had come to be seen as a symbol of graduation and taken on distinctive colors and materials. The modern doctoral hood is about 4 feet long with 5-inch velvet edging, which at this university is dark blue to signify the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, or gold and yellow for Doctor of Science. The hood you will shortly be wearing is lined with university colors of orange, green, and white, which were chosen by the university's first president and his assistant in 1971. The conferral of this hood will distinguish you, among other scholars, as a University of Texas at Dallas graduate. Ready for Dean Kratz? Okay. I now invite Dr. Kratz, Dean of Arts and Humanities, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Gooch, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Danielle Marie Georgiou, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Humanities, Aesthetic Studies, please come forward. Dr. Georgiou will be hooded by Dr. Kratz. Be a very different ceremony, wouldn't it? Will Aditi Girish Samarth, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, please come forward. Dr. Samarth will be hooded by Dr. Kratz. There you go. Will Lillian Love Kennedy, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Aesthetic Studies, please come forward. Dr. Kennedy will be hooded by Dr. Walligore. Will Cynthia Miller, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Aesthetic Studies, please come forward. Dr. Miller will be hooded by Dr. Walligore. Will Li Tang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, please come forward. Dr. Tang will be hooded by Dr. Gu. Will Tao Fing, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Studies in Literature, please come forward. Dr. Fing will be hooded by Dr. Gu. Will Shu Feng, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Studies in Literature, please come forward. Dr. Feng will be hooded by Dr. McLean. Will Mary Catherine Mueller, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Studies in Literature, please come forward. Dr. Mueller will be hooded by Dr. Patterson. Will Rebecca Lynn Thompson, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities, Studies in Literature, please come forward. Dr. Thompson will be hooded by Dr. Patterson.
I now invite Dr. Bartlett, Interim Dean of Behavioral and Brain Sciences, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Stillman, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Jason Andrew Baker, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Audiology, please come forward? Dr. Baker will be hooded by Dr. Clark. Will Mobolaji Falomos, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Audiology, please come forward? Dr. Falomo will be hooded by Dr. Clark. Will Stephanie Winfield, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Audiology, please come forward? Dr. Winfield will be hooded by Drs. Clark and Thibodeau. Will Tyler Blake Caldwell, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Audiology, please come forward? Dr. Caldwell will be hooded by Dr. Thibodeau. Will Jana Elizabeth Eller, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Audiology, please come forward? Dr. Eller will be hooded by Dr. Warner Sizz. Will Lori Amber Roby, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Audiology, please come forward? Dr. Roby will be hooded by Dr. Warner Sizz. Will Rebecca Rogers, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Audiology, please come forward? Dr. Rogers will be hooded by Dr. Romanovich. Will Alice Catherine Schott, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Audiology, please come forward? Dr. Schott will be hooded by Dr. Coakley. Will Ryan Bergante, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please come forward? Dr. Bergante will be hooded by Dr. Ripma. Will Daniel Robertson Hulsey, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please come forward? Dr. Hulsey will be hooded by Dr. Kilgard. Will Anusha Mohan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Communication Sciences and Disorders, please come forward? Dr. Mohan will be hooded by Dr. Vaneste. Will Sujin Shin, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Communication Sciences and Disorders, please come forward. Dr. Shin will be hooded by Dr. Katz. Will Sydney Page Rolls, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Psychological Sciences, please come forward. Dr. Rolls will be hooded by Dr. Mills. Will Julie Marie Schneider, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Psychological Sciences, please come forward. Dr. Schneider will be hooded by Dr. McGuire.
I now invite Dr. Dean of the School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences, to come forward and assist the Provost. Will Zachary Austin Powell, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Criminology, please come forward. Dr. Powell will be hooded by Dr. Picaro. I now invite Dr. Picaro, Associate Dean, to call the remaining candidates.
Will Paul David Donnelly, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Criminology, please come forward. Dr. Donnelly will be hooded by Dr. Leeper Picaro. Will Chidike Inhacho Okim, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Criminology, please come forward. Dr. Okim will be hooded by Dr. Leeper Picaro. Will Umbolanle Antinuke Feni, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Criminology, please come forward. Dr. Feni will be hooded by Dr. Connell. Will Amni Sharadi, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Criminology, please come forward. Dr. Sharadi will be hooded by Dr. Veritas. Will Santoso Budiman, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, please come forward. Dr. Budiman will be hooded by Dr. Hicks. Will Shea Ah Shu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, please come forward. Dr. Zhu will be hooded by Dr. Arce. Will Ju Yu Zhang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, please come forward? Dr. Zhang will be hooded by Dr. Arce. Will Zhao Yang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Economics, please come forward? Dr. Yang will be hooded by Dr. Li. Will Hyung Mo Koo, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Geospatial Information Sciences, please come forward? Dr. Koo will be hooded by Dr. Chun. Will Shavya Verma, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Political Science, please come forward? Dr. Verma will be hooded by Dr. Elliott. Will Kazim Zaya Kaluglu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy and Political Economy, please come forward? Dr. Kaluglu will be hooded by Dr. Brandt.
I now invite Dr. Balsara, Dean of the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Moimani, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Harish Babu Arunachalam, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Arunachalam will be hooded by Dr. Daesko. Will Junia Darosha Valente, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Software Engineering, please come forward? Dr. Valente will be hooded by Dr. Cardenas. Will Carlos Alfredo Barreto Suarez, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward? Dr. Barreto Suarez will be hooded by Dr. Cardenas. Will Travis Reed Goodwin, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward? Dr. Goodwin will be hooded by Dr. Harabaggio. Will Vishal Maruti Karande, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward? Dr. Karande will be hooded by Dr. Khan. Will Ahmad Muhammad Awad Mustafa, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward. Dr. Mustafa will be hooded by Dr. Khan. Will Ahmed Omar Dasuki Ali, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Ali will be hooded by Dr. Torlak. Will Muhammad Shah Afran, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Afran will be hooded by Dr. Saqib. Will Manish Bhardwaj, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Bhardwaj will be hooded by Dr. Akin. Will Niharika Chalapali, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Chalapali will be hooded by Dr. Yurkovich. Will Grish Ramanand Deshpande, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Deshpande will be hooded by Dr. Bhatia. Will Ahmed El Shafi, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. El Shafi will be hooded by Dr. Al Dahir. Will Mustafa Syed Rushdi Ibrahim, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Ibrahim will be hooded by Dr. Al Dahir. Will Huihua Huang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Huang will be hooded by Dr. Sechin. Will Jiakong He, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Engineering, please come forward. Dr. He will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Will Anshuman Gangali, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Ganguly will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Will Chandan Karadagur Ananda Reddy, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Karadagur Ananda Reddy will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Will Lakshmish Nagendra Kaushik, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Kaushik will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Will Abhinav Misra, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Misra will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Liang Zheng, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Zheng will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Will Reza Lutfian, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Lutfian will be hooded by Dr. Busa. Will Xing Meng, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Meng will be hooded by Dr. Kim. Will Muhammad M. Fadel Shadi, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Shadi will be hooded by Dr. Nosratinia. Will Zhuo Yang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Yang will be hooded by Dr. Fahimi. Will Hao Han Yao, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Yao will be hooded by Dr. Henderson. Will Gail Lev, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Lev will be hooded by Dr. Gregg. Will David Quintero, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Quintero will be hooded by Dr. Gregg. Will Muhammad Ali Akbari Mian Mahale, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Ali Akbari Mian Mahale will be hooded by Dr. Hassanipur. Will Mitu Debnat, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Debnat will be hooded by Dr. Yongo. Will Samprita Thampi, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Thampi will be hooded by Dr. Su. Will Chenzi Zhang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Zhang will be hooded by Dr. Su.
I now invite Dr. Prakul, Dean of the Naveen Jindal School of Management, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Jacob, Vice Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Ilhan Emre Ertan, certified candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward? Dr. Ertan will be hooded by Dr. Steck. Will Kevin Green, certified candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward? Dr. Green will be hooded by Dr. Zhang. Will Ho-Yun Kyung, certified candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward? Dr. Kyung will be hooded by Dr. Ali. Will Ye Chiu, certified candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward? Dr. Chiu will be hooded by Dr. Rao. Will Yan Sun, certified candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward? Dr. Sun will be hooded by Drs. Creedy and Files. Will Amir Zemoda, certified candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward? Dr. Zemoda will be hooded by Dr. Sereto.
I now invite Dr. Novak, Dean of the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Gonzalez, Associate Dean, to come forward and call each candidate.
Will Gajan Adhikari Apumegali Ali, certified candidate for the doctorate degree of philosophy, please come forward? Dr. Adhikari Apumegali will be hooded by Dr. Smaldon. Will Audrey Hammock, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward? Dr. Hammock will be hooded by Dr. Ganade. Will Sore Hashami, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward? Dr. Harshami will be hooded by Dr. Kovacs. Will Cheng Tang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Geosciences, please come forward? Dr. Tang will be hooded by Dr. McMeekin. Will Tara Leah Urbanski, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Geosciences, please come forward? Dr. Urbanski will be hooded by Dr. Burkowski. Will Jordan Cardelli, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, please come forward? Dr. Cardelli will be hooded by Dr. Minkoff. Will Hao Ping Wu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, please come forward? Dr. Wu will be hooded by Drs. Balanoff and Dr. Krakowitz. Will Ramesh Padmanabhan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward? Dr. Padmanabhan will be hooded by Dr. Miller. Will Subha Narayan Sarkar, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward? Dr. Sarkar will be hooded by Dr. Miller. Will Marinelle Rodriguez, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward? Dr. Rodriguez will be hooded by Dr. Palmer. Will Pung Ji, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward? Dr. Ji will be hooded by Dr. Kim. Will Rita Buey, certified candidate of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward? Dr. Buey will be hooded by Dr. Hoyenga and also by her husband, Dr. Poli. Oops. Will Edward William Grive, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward? Dr. Grive will be hooded by Dr. Prasad. Will Jessica Marie Hawkins, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward? Dr. Hawkins will be hooded by Dr. Anderson. Will Russell Gerard Landry, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward? Dr. Landry will be hooded by Dr. Anderson. Will Chite Shu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward? Dr. Shu will be hooded by Dr. Healis. Will Jonathan Smith, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward? Dr. Smith will be hooded by Dr. Healis. Will Daji Wu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward? Dr. Wu will be hooded by Dr. Larry. Will Ji Zhao, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward? Dr. Yao will be hooded by Dr. Ishak Bushaki. Will Marsana Chaudhry, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Statistics, please come forward? Dr. Chaudhry will be hooded by Dr. Chaudhry.
Well, doctors, you've come a long way, and you didn't come here by yourself. Please stand up and applaud the people who got you here, absent or present. Join me. Now, on behalf of the faculty at the University of Texas at Dallas, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome all of you into the community of scholars. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Towner. As we conclude this joyous occasion, I repeat my heartfelt congratulations to our newest doctoral recipients on this highly significant achievement. One of the greatest rewards as a graduate dean is awarding new doctorates with their colorful hoods. You have earned the privilege to wear the hood and academic regalia at all future academic occasions, and in so doing will represent UT Dallas with distinction. As graduates of UT Dallas, I encourage you to stay connected with your mentors, academic units, departments, programs, and schools. Continue sharing your talents and accomplishments and working with us to mentor the next generation of students. It has been our privilege to work with you, and you have become a part of us and of the UT Dallas community. By staying in touch with us and allowing us to continue to be part of your lives, we can continue to rejoice with you on all of your future successes. As we are expressing appreciation on this wonderful occasion, I must finish by expressing mine to all of those who assisted with bringing this ceremony together. I thank the stage party, staff members from our office, and most especially Special Events Coordinator Leila Foritan and our wonderful graduate readers, Amanda Avalasset and Josephine Green, who read and assisted with the formatting of every single one of your dissertations. Now, let us recess to the Visitors Center atrium, out the back doors and to the right, for a reception hosted by the university. I ask that the audience remain seated as first the stage party and then the newly minted doctorates and their supervisors process out. The audience can then join them and continue the celebration. Again, my wholehearted congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you.